The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the July 27th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. Let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email. Send it early, please. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. And in the subject heading, please put radio show question. And of course, in our Tigers Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Let's Show. All the U.S. indices trading to the downside. The Dow off 166, the S&P 39, NASDAQ 290, Russell 39, semis off 108, trannies 348. It is a sea of red to the downside. Where it's not red is in that spot volatility. It's trading well above its 50-day exponential moving average. It's trading out at 1975, up by $2.17. But the most important thing here is the one-day rate of change. And it is up over 10%. It is 12.34%. Watch at the end of the day. If it is above plus 10%, well, don't trust me. Instead, go do the work yourself. Here's the work already done for you on the charts. But simply go do this as well. And here on this chart, you're going to see blue arrows represent days where there's a one-day rate of change. And the rate of change tool is on pretty much every software charting application that's out there, so it's easy to do. A 50-day simple or exponential moving average, that's pretty easy to do out here. Figuring out whether you've got a one-day rate of change above 10% or below minus 10%, like the bottom panel here, very easy to do. And simply here, I've just simply notated those days. If you take a look at the last couple ones that we've had out here. And again, I remember on June 18th, everybody believed that the sky was falling, that was the end of the market. No, it was a one-day rate of change of 16.62%. What do you usually see? A bounce or a bottom. How about the time after that? Well, the time after that is right here on July 8th. Same kind of scenario. What happened? Following day, nice big bounce, rally continued. So that's where we're at right now. Now, I don't know what the one-day rate of change is going to be come the end of the trading session. If it is not above plus 10%, then it does not have that same meaning out there. Not that the markets couldn't bounce, it just doesn't have that same relationship with regard to the spot volatility index and how it typically behaves inside the ES Mini and the S&P 500. Okay, so we got that covered. Gold is what? Gold's up $1. Silver is off 66 pennies. Light sweet crude is off 49 cents. The U.S. dollar index is trading lower. It's down by at least 300 ticks, trading out at 92.35. I know some people out there are saying, hold on a minute, Steve-O. You just said the U.S. dollar index is trading lower and gold is up $1. What's up with that? Well, yesterday, I believe, we may have ended the show taking a look and discussing the global flow of capital out there. Well, the global flow of capital works for instruments like gold as well. And so as we take a look at Goldilocks here, as soon as Stevie can find it, there we go. What you're going to notice is a daily time frame chart. The left-hand side panel, you've got gold measured in U.S. dollars. But now take a look at gold in euros. It's trading below yesterday's low. So is gold in yen. So is gold in terms of the Great British Pound out here. Let me get that. There we go. And so traders in those currencies, and they have to think into those currencies. Do you think in terms of euros? Do you think in terms of pounds? Do you think in terms of yen? Not typically, not when you go through your wallet, you don't. But when you go through this wallet, the wallet of taking a look at it and asking the question, Steve, well, wait a minute. U.S. dollar index is down, and gold is U.S. dollars is basically just budge. It's up $1. What's up with that? Remember, it's really important to understand what all of our friends and family see on their screens, and their screens are going to be measured in their currencies. And at this stage here, gold's not breaking out in those currencies. So that is really the answer to that question, which really goes into the question, just as long as we're talking about global capital flows here. I got a question from Joe. Joe, I don't remember where you. I apologize. I don't remember where you were from. And it was an email from earlier. It was really from very early this morning. But Joe's question basically went like this. He said he listened to the show. He kind of got the global flow of capital scenario. But he said, in essence, his question was, aren't you missing the point? Woo. And his point that he wanted to make was, isn't there a Asian contagion issue with the Shanghai or the Hang Seng finishing down, about 8% in the last day or so? And his question was basically, and it's a good question, and it's a logical question, which is, and it's a possibility. However, most of you know, or should know, Stevie thinks differently. It's a little dyslexia kind of a thing out there. And so I may have that first initial instinct, as Joe did, but then I come back and say, well, wait a minute here. We must look at the big picture. And Joe, the big picture is, well, let's get to the big picture, or the bigger picture. Index trends. Nope, that's not the one that I wanted. Shoot. Don't tell me I don't have it here handy. Oh, boy. Shoot. So here we go. So here's a little bit of the bigger picture. Remember, Joe and everybody else out there, money has to flow somewhere. So there's what? How many billions of market cap were lost over in the Hang Seng over the last couple of days out here? Significant amount. I don't know what the exact amount is. Money is always going to go where it has more confidence. And so it's flowing out of the Hang Seng. And in essence, Joe was saying, hey, I've got no interest in investing in China, not based upon what the communist government is doing at this stage here and the impact that can have. Well, my question would be, so again, let's say you're in the game and you are a big money manager, and your option of going to cash is not an option. You have to have it invested somewhere. So are you going to put it in China or Hang Seng? That's your lower left screen, which hasn't even taken out its 2,000 highs. The answer there is likely no. Are you going to put it in the Shanghai? That's the center panel up here on the right. You can see it's got a nice little descending trend line. It takes us back to 2007. Hasn't even taken out that trend line. So odds favor the answer there is no. The Nikkei, it's made its way up to a horizontal trading range up here at 37.61. That's a monthly horizontal trading range. By the way, we're looking at quarterly time frames out here, just so that you can have a bigger perspective. The FTSE hasn't taken out its descending trend line. The only two charts here where you would say, okay, I'm interested in going long, perhaps the Dow, which even with today's move, it's really a smidgen. If you really take a look at these chart out here, or the DAX. Those are two of the potential areas. So, Joe, the answer to your question is, the move we're seeing in China just cements what we should see, that money's going to flow into the U.S. stock market, because we're the best of the worst. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 206, S&P 45. Any of you catch last night that 13-year-old skateboarder from Japan, girl, that took first place out there? I mean, how cool is that? Now, of course, being 13 years old and the weight that she is and the size that she is, I don't know, maybe that makes it a little bit easier to do some of those amazing jumps that they do and riding down those rails. But how cool is that? A 13-year-old. I wish they would publicize it more, just for all the kids out there to really get them invested in sports and so forth. I love the Olympics out there. I love the channel. So where I watch it most of in the evening time, especially, is channel 624, which is I've got Dish, not Dish, but the other one out there. In any event, DirecTV. So check that out, because now you've got all kinds of sports that they're showing out here. Whereas NBC, their coverage sucks, in my opinion. All it is just stuff that a lot of the stuff is pre-canned that they've made up, and they just focus on the U.S. I want to watch the sports. I don't want to watch the Olympics. You know, okay, the U.S. is a part of it, but I want to watch the Olympics. In any event, out there, I thought that was pretty cool last night. Out there. You know, the other thing that kind of irks me, you guys already know this, is you've got the U.S. softball team. I watched that game live this morning, as many of you might have done as well in Japan. It's just simply played a better game. Of course, you got all the players out there on the field, all 18 of them. Nobody wearing masks when they're on the field. And then you go to present the trophies, and there's still the same girls that are on the field, and everybody masks up. Yeah, that type of stuff really pisses me off. In any event, let's get back to the markets out here. And the first question that was coming in, this one is coming in. This was actually from yesterday as well, and I believe today, and that's from James or Jane. I'm not sure. But the question is this: what's the read on Main Street Capital? And as you take a look at this chart here, I've just snapped this up on the screen. You've got the daily, the weekly, and I'm going to say weekly. Focus on the weekly. Focus on the weekly. So if you were going to answer James's question with regard to what are the stock charts telling us about Main Street Capital, focus on the weekly. Excellent. And so you came up with the exact same conclusion that we're now going to go ahead and give to James or to Jane. And that is that price is consolidating between 40.50, That is the bottom of the weekly profile. We're not interested. We can be interested if we want to in the lower shadow, the upper shadows, wicks, whatever you like to refer to them. But really, the body of the candle is the essence of price. So 40.50 to 42.33. That is the consolidation. It has been in this consolidation for a couple of months. Jane, I don't know if it will break through it. Your question is you'd like to add to the position. Well, in a consolidation, where you want to add to the position would be at the bottom of the consolidation, not near the top, which is 42.33, and this is trading at 41.85. So it would be the 40.50 level area that you would be looking at. So I hope that helps you out. Sorry that we didn't get to your question yesterday, but thanks again for sending it in today. I want you to know I already had it queued up on my system to be able to get an answer to you. Okay, so that's the only question that we've got in the system out here. Now let's go take a look at, and here we just talked about consolidation. And that in essence is the theme of what the markets are communicating to you and I right now. And maybe somebody out there is going to say, what? How did you figure that out, Steve-O? Excellent question. And it's all dependent upon where these market profiles end up forming come this evening. So at 6:01, we'll have a pretty good idea. Now, what I'm referring to is a new profile that is attempting to form in the ES and the NQ. There was one in the YM, the Dow Equity Future Contract, earlier this morning. That has now vanished. These could also vanish out here. They have shifted intraday, but right now we use the data that we have. And the data that we have, if you take a look at these two profiles, let me do this here. Let me take the NQ right now. I'm just going to open it up. And what I want you to notice, I'm actually going to turn off price because this is helpful. This is just simply a little nuance, but it's an important nuance. Again, what this does is it just puts a competitive edge in your pocket. So if you're not interested in a competitive edge, don't listen to this because it'll confuse you. But here's what I want you to take a look at, the brand new profile. And this brand new profile has formed, it has wrapped the prior profile. In other words, the low is at a lower low, 14,582. That's for the NQ. That right now is support. This is a bullish structured profile. I'm not really interested in where the center is at this moment. And the top is 15,134. That is above the old profile. So what this is communicating to you and I, should this profile in fact take hold like this is setting us up for a consolidating market. Now, the reason why that's so important, it is really important to you, is because this now says the hair on the back of every intraday trader's neck just went up. This says a two-way market while price remains inside this range. That range again, 14,582 to 15,134. I wish I could guarantee you, I can't guarantee you much, other than I'll deliver the best that I can. That I guarantee you, but I can't guarantee you that this profile will be here at 6:01 this evening. But at this stage, it looks pretty solid. And if it does, then it's telling us about a consolidating market out here. Now, we'll put price back on. And as we take a look at price has made its way back to the center level. So at the center is where we have both buyers and sellers. So if you're wondering, is it possible that the NQ is going to form a bottom here shortly? The answer is that's a real possibility. Why? Because you now have this competitive edge, this new advanced Doppler profile that is out here, and we know that both buyers and sellers reside at 14,789, price at 14,781. So we'll have to go look at short-term charts to make any kind of determination whether there is a bottom or not. And if there's not, then you would expect price over time. It could be today. It could be today, tomorrow. 14,582 would become its target. Now, the cool thing is that you always like to have confirming messages. Well, if we do the same thing with regard to ES Mini, I'm not going to worry about getting this set of charts all nice and comfy out here, but take a look at its profile that it is attempting to form. It, too, has engulfed the prior profile. We have a higher high above the prior high. That is bullish. We have a lower low that is below the other low, the previous low. That is bearish. What does that leave us with? It leaves us with a consolidating market. Now, right now, the ES Mini's new profile is neutral, meaning the center is pretty much right in the center. So we don't have any benefit there other than we know that there's both buyers and sellers that reside at 43.58 out here, and prices trading above that level. That would be its first area of support on a further move lower. Now, we had already drawn in on our system. So the message of the ES and the NQ right now, and again, this is really important for you to wrap your head around, is they are generating a message of a consolidating market. And those are always tricky. Those are always difficult for traders because at one point in time, somebody thinks, okay, I got this short. We're in it. The markets are going to crash. only to find support at the bottom of that consolidation. Now, these are TAS market profile consolidation we're talking about versus the consolidating patterns that have set up inside the Dow Equity Future Contract and the Russell 2000. Those are consolidation just simply based upon where price has traded to. So a little bit of a nuance. In the case, the Dows just came back. Look at that. When we were on the air, just when I had this chart up, I guess it's been up, but just a few moments ago, that Dow Equity Future Contract. So here's another sign of a consolidating market that is attempting to form. Folks, if there's any piece of information that I could deliver to you today that's going to have meaning, it is this right here, right now. Of course, this is not something that I created or developed. I'm just sharing with you what the TAS market profiles are communicating to us. So inside the Dow, it's in a large consolidation. Its bearish structured profile engulfs the prior profile. It tells us of a consolidating market. And I hope that helps you out over the next week or so. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Chart allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So let's do this here. we're going to take the logic. We take a look at the NQ and the ES specifically, but the NQ we're going to focus on right now, where price has gotten back to the center of its slightly bullish structured new profile that is attempting to form out there. We know at the center is where we have both buyers and sellers. That's where they believe there is fair value. And the question is, it's in any kind of short-term bottoming signals out here. And to make that determination, we're going to go ahead and switch screens. So as we switch screens, we're going to go to the 8-panel screen here for our NQ. And over in the very upper right-hand panel, you're going to notice a 30-minute time frame. And as we came into the 1:30 session, that was bar number 9 that completed. That says if there is going to be a bottom, it should occur between now and 2 p.m. Why? Because you can still make a lower low during this half hour and still retain the TD 9-count pattern. Now, the cool thing is that because we have a valid TD 9 count, whichever is the lowest low, whether it's this half hour, the one between 1:30 and 2, or it was the last half hour, whichever is the lowest low of the pattern, if those lows fail, then we would expect and anticipate the NQ to make its way down to 14,582. But right now, the 30-minute time frame chart is suggesting that we should see a bottom occur between now and 2 p.m. What else is it communicating to us, or where should a bounce take it to? That's very easy. And that would be because there is no intraday or 30-minute profile level. Price would take its way up to the oscillator and change line. That would be 14,895. So you want to watch this pattern out here on the 30-minute. That is the only one inside the NQ where I see any kind of bottoming signal or bottoming pattern out there. So that's what's going on there. So we've got a caller on the line. Let's go to our caller. That's Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, Steve. How about yourself?
I'm also doing well. Thanks for asking. What instrument is it that you are calling about so that I can get that going here?
Yeah, it's the one we looked at the other day, Conformis. So it's CFMS.
CFMS. All right, so let me get that going on my CFMS. Okay, I got it done right the first time. That's always a good thing. Now let me get it on my black background, CFMS. Okay, fire away. Tell me how I can best help you. You got CFMS trading at $1.43 out here, and so that looks good. Brent, how can I help you?
I sold. I was able to sell 4,000 shares this time, and then have 6,000 free. So that's what I did, and I did that somewhat because today's bar 9. It didn't quite get to the 1-to-1, or at least in my estimation.
For the ABC,
should have gone up to, $1.60 would have been that number, but maybe I'm wrong on that. That's kind of the number I had, I think. But it got close, within a few cents of it. So there was enough there to for me to. This is where I was thinking about doing something, and I did. So, so I just wanted to get your thoughts there. The volume actually got a little better on the weekly. It didn't quite match that 33 million shares on the swing point, but it got close. I think it's short by a million, like 32 million then. It did actually get over that 149 yesterday. It closed above it. Not today. It's below it, but it got above it again today with better volume yesterday. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right in one sense in that the A to B equals CD didn't get right to its target, which would have been, probably about $1.58, $1.60. I'm just estimating here, but it got so close that it's really within the range of completing a sell the D point pattern. So it has that pattern, and now that pattern would only really come into play, folks, if we do at day's end get a bearish reversal candle. Right now it shows as a dark cloud cover. In order to get a dark cloud cover, this candle has to close halfway into yesterday's body, which looks to me like about where we're trading right now, $1.44. So you may get the bearish reversal candle, and then you may not, just simply depending on its close. If you did get it, you would have that as a confirming top. Today, as you pointed out, is going to be bar number 9, and doesn't look like price is going to get anywhere near close to bar number 5. So that would be a second topping pattern that you have out there. And this would all signal that where price should pull back to is support. Now, because price is trading above the top of its daily profile, oftentimes old fail, then we should see price pull back into the $1.17 to a $1.21 level. And that's the message of the daily time frame. Real quickly, let me take a look at the weekly. The weekly just triggering, although it's not, it's just triggered a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. And as you know, that would only be important to us if we had a bearish reversal candle. Now, the interesting thing, Brent, is just before I took the call, or during that first or second segment, I can't recall, we were talking about consolidating patterns out here. And in the case of Conformis, if price doesn't hold $1.17, and we don't have any indication it's going to get down there, but if price did close below $1.17, because it's also a bullish structured profile, I would say then price is going to go all the way back down in the 77-cent area, where this is a large consolidation pattern that is in play. So that's just something on the lookout, but not anything to necessarily be able to call at the moment, because price, quite frankly, even though we have the topping signals, it's trading above all levels of support for its daily time frame. So, Brent, what questions do you have additionally after me spewing that out?
No, that's great, Steve. That's what I was looking for. You gave me the full kit and caboodle on that one, I guess.
But I'm sensing that you're going to hold this. You got the free shares, and you've got a longer term view on this stock. Is that accurate?
I do. So far, it's working. I'm going to start out where I had 4,000 free. Now I got 6,000 free. So I'm willing to, at this point, there's really no harm in just letting the thing play out. And if it pulls back again, like it did this last time, I might consider, adding back my 4,000 and get it back up to 10 again. It's kind of my thinking on it.
Okay, perfect. I like that. And so, I'm just going to real quickly look to a 30-minute time frame. And so in the 30-minute time frame, because typically, folks, when we see some type of top in the market or bottom, right now we're talking about top, we go to the short-term time frames to get some type of confirmations. In this case here, it has both the Rhodes momentum indicator signal and wave number 7, that is letter G. But in this case here, Brent, support would be $1.31. That's where price would have to bust through to say, hey, there might be some type of problem out here. The 65-minute Rhodes momentum indicator and wave number 7 as well. The 130-minute chart, wave number 7, Rhodes momentum indicator signal. A price is holding $1.42. So that's kind of a key area, because for that time frame, that happens to be the oscillator and change line. What's helpful there is if price gets below that level, then you know to expect a further retracement out there. And even the 195-minute has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal as well. Its support level is $1.38. So all the short-term time frames are suggesting a pullback and a retracement, at least to that $1.30, $1.35 level. All right, Brent?
All right. Thank you very much, Steve. You have a great week, and I just appreciate all your help.
You bet. My pleasure. Always good to speak with you. And, folks, you can always give us a call as well. I'd love to hear from you, 877-927-6648. Now, before I went to Brent's call, we were looking at the NQ. Now let's go take a look at the ES. Why the ES? Well, again, the same thing. Trading with inside, in essence, a consolidation, getting back close to the area of support. The area of support being the center, which is at 43.58. So we want to just simply go see what the ES Mini is signaling to us for its multiple time frames. We like to take a look at those multiple time frames. So I'm going to get these charts here all situated. So those in the den, you'll be able to take a look at it while we're at this commercial break out there. And you're going to see that a key level that I pointed out to subscribers this morning is that the ES Mini should find support at 43.70. And look what's happening at 43.70. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the ES Mini, and in the ES Mini, so this morning when I was putting together the newsletter, the pattern that stuck out for me on the ES Mini that was really perfect and ideal was the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, wave number 7 top inside the 2-hour time frame chart. And what was nice about this pattern was it showed where there was a key level of support. Not only was it the TD9 breakout level of 43.70, it was also the bottom of its profile level. Price right now is trading at 43.70. This is going to be bar number 8, and bar number 8 will complete at 2. Bar number 9 does not complete until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So you won't have that confirmed TD9 count pattern on this until the cash market closes out here. But watch that area because prices hit a key level support. Now, while it's doing that, the 30-minute chart out here, as we take a look at it, it has a TD9 count pattern. Again, this bar does not complete for another 17 minutes out here. And the low so far, let's see which one has the lower low. The last bar was 43.6475. This one is 43.6475. So right now, 43.6475 is a number to jot down on your pad of paper. Why? If that happens to be the low of this current session, and you see a 30-minute bar close below that, then that's signaling to you to expect and anticipate lower price. Now, that lower price level, that first lower price, isn't that much further down. When I say not that much further down, let me give you the exact number out here. That is the center of that new profile that is attempting to form. And inside the ES Mini, that would be 43.58 out there. But right now, what we should expect and anticipate is you should see some kind of bounce. And that bounce in the ES Mini should take us towards the 43.82 level. That is its current red oscillator unchanged line. So do we need to take a look at the other markets out here? Well, we might, but we've got one question, two questions, or a couple questions that are in. The first one coming from Ruby in the Tiger's Den. So Ruby wants to take a look at high-grade copper. I've got an 8-panel chart on high-grade copper, I believe. Let's see if – oh, shoot. I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. Okay, so we're not going to do that, Ruby, just because it could because I have so many things that are open. No, I'm going to look at copper. I just don't have the intraday charts, but I'm going to try to do it this way. So if you just give me just a second, we got to change screens here. What a bummer. I thought I had that all set up for us, and lo and behold, well, nope, Stevie didn't. But here are the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly charts, and Ruby is in a long position of high-grade copper. So at this stage here, the daily chart, Ruby, is still bullish. when I say still bullish, does not have a bearish reversal candle. There's an A to B equals CD pattern, and this suggests that price wants to target the next level of that C to D expansion. That's the 1.618 expansionary, and that is a price point of $4.67. If you look at the weekly and the monthly charts out here, you will see the top of their profiles are $4.71. So what you should know is you've got resistance up at that 467, 471 level out there. Yeah, this is high-grade copper. That's what we're looking at. Or are you talking about HG as a ticker symbol? Which tell me which one you're looking at, Ruby. Usually, I thought you traded the futures. But let me just finish this out for anybody that is long copper out here, is that copper has that resistance up at the 471 level. So I'll have to wait to hear back from Ruby if HG is also an instrument, individual equity that she's interested in trading. So futures, yeah, okay. So there you've got your message, and the message there, Ruby, is be careful. They continue to move higher. It should move higher. At least the daily chart is not signaling otherwise. And but 470 is going to be a real resistance zone. In other words, that's the area where you're going to want to make sure that you've got your seat belts all fastened. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Sorry that I can't get to the intraday time frame charts. During the next commercial break, I'll try to do that for us just to see if there's any other message that is in there. You said it was testing the bottom. Was there a certain time frame, Ruby, that you're taking a look at? So just type that in, and then I'll know when I set that up. The next question here coming in from the Eddie, local Eddie. I like that. I didn't say local. I said local Eddie. Eddie is out in Palm Beach. And I'm sorry, Boca. Eddie's up in Boca. And Eddie writes in, he says, I'm tuning in late. Did you cover Apple, Microsoft, AMD, and NVIDIA? Wow. No. Because I have to wait for a request to go take a look at those. So let's go take a look at those since we don't have any other requests in. Give me a second to get back to where I need to get to start that out. So we'll start with Apple. Apple's out with numbers today, if I believe, right? Today's bottom. Okay, got it. And so with regard to Apple, let's get our 3 time frames up here, see what it's doing in relationship to its profiles, APL, obviously the ticker symbol, and still bullish. What do you mean still bullish, Steve-O? Well, price is above the top of a bearish structured daily profile. There's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern out here. In the case of its weekly time frame chart, price is above its resistance, top of its bearish structured profile. And on a long-term basis, relatively long-term, what you've got is an A to B equals CD to the upside, which has hit the 1 to 2 level out here. Now let's pull over Stevie's other charts, just see if there's any other signals. So Apple's out with earnings. By the way, if Apple's going to have a bad response, where is price going to travel to? If the market responds poorly to Apple today, where would you expect, in looking at this chart, for Apple to find support? Where is it that you would expect, if it doesn't find support, for it to signal, hey, there could be trouble in paradise out here? Now, granted, Apple does have a TD9 count pattern. The key level of support, and you answered it, thank you for answering it, was a $137.75. So 137.75. So right now, you're kind of in a neutral position, I'd say neutral position, because price tested. Did it really get all the way down there and test the profile levels? Why does it show up on that chart? It's got a different set of profiles. Is that possible? 144.89? Let me see here. 140. No. So I think the tick in this does not look to be correct. And because it's such a large chart, if I have to restore this, that's a bummer. But I do know where price is trading right now, and it says it's at 146.10. Is it 146? Yeah, it's at 146.10. So it's neutral is what the signal is for Apple, because it has a valid top and price is above support. And again, that is the top of the daily profile. The next instrument that you want to take a look at was Microsoft, MSFT. Let me get to a different screen for that. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Now, I know that I think these are all coming out with earnings. Is it tonight? Somebody in the den can let me know today, tomorrow morning. Something like in the case of Microsoft, similar pattern to Apple, bullish. Now we're going to go see if it's got a topping signal. Apple did. I don't know if Microsoft does or not. But here, price is trading above the top of its daily profile, weekly profile, monthly profile. So now what we've got to go determine is, at least for the daily or weekly time frame, is there some kind of topping signal that would take price back to support. And on a daily basis, let's get that one first. The daily basis, it's giving us a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Prices moving higher, doing less relative energy. You got a bearish reversal candle. Prices above the top of its daily profile, so it too is neutral. If it's going to find support, that first level is 279, the second level 276, the third level 273, and the final level would be 257.92 out there. On a weekly time frame, as we take a look at Microsoft, looks like this may form bar 8 of a TD9 count, and its level of support is 278.68. So it does have a top. No key levels of support have really been broken inside of Microsoft, so I hope that helps you out. You also want to take a look at AMD. As we take a look at AMD, well, we're going to go to a breakout here. I'll punch that up on the screen, but we're going to go to our 2-minute finale out there. And so I probably won't go through each of these instruments here for you, Eddie, but I hope that helps you out so far with regard to Apple and Microsoft. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So you got the Dow off 213, S&P's down 43, the Nasdaq's off 289, Russell's down 37. What was your question, Ruby, about the Russell 2000 was strong on bounces this morning until the drop of all the indices? Can you look at it? You're long now. Thank you. So in the case of the Russell 2000, Ruby, if it continues to fall, the real level for support is in the 2136 to 2155 level. Now, that's based upon the daily time frame that we're looking at. I can go pull up the Russell 2000 intraday charts here, which we'll do. We'll finish off the show taking a look at that. So let's get back to our 8-panel screen out here. And on our 8-panel screen, what we're going to look at, so on the 30-minute time frame, that is your bottom right, you've got a TD 9-count bottom that actually completed at 12:30. Well, it was really 1 o'clock when you got the total confirmation. You also have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. So the nice thing about that, Ruby, is you're long. If you see a close below the current low of 2164.10, then that tells you that to expect price to move back into the 2155 to 2136 area out there. So that's what its message would be. With regard to a further bounce, the level that you're looking for it to clear is about 2178. If price can close above 2178, this should make its way to 2189. If price can close above 2189, it should make its way to 2204. So that's your roadmap for the Russell 2000, and you've got now the upside and the downside target, and right now this is signaling to us that it wants to attempt to rally. So again, folks, I think the most important thing that I can share with you today, we've already done that, I'm just simply going to restate it, and that's this. If the new profiles that are forming inside the ES and the NQ take hold, then that's telling us of a consolidation market, which the Dow and the Russell 2000 had already communicated that message to us. And the Dow also has a new profile that is attempting to form, and it too is communicating to us, think consolidation. And if you think consolidation, that means that's great for short-term traders. Folks, stay tuned. 2 more great hours are up next. I'll see you tomorrow on Wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday.